Howdy y'all, in today's Poop Tip Thursday, I'm going to answer the question, Dr. Islam, what happens if you hold in your poop? Will your colon explode? Oh man, that would be a mess for you and for me. Well, in this video today, I'll answer that question. I'll tell you the long-term consequence of holding in your stool, and I'll give our treatment options for those patients who unfortunately develop the habit of holding in their poop. Guys, let's talk about poop. Howdy y'all, Dr. Smear here, your gastroenterologist, aka your poop guru. I go where your food goes, give me the best tips and tricks to help out with your health. If you haven't already, for goodness sake, smash that like button. Like, subscribe, and share so you can get more poop videos just like this one. Now, you may have heard of celebrities or other famous people who've had constipation issues, who had long-term problems from holding it in. Biggest one of all, Elvis Presley. You know, he died, unfortunately, while sitting on the toilet. He actually suffered from chronic constipation, and whenever they did an autopsy of his body, his colon was double the size of the average person. There was somebody in England in 2015 who died from a heart attack who did not use the restroom for 2 freaking months, 8 weeks. So today's Poop Tip Thursday actually came from a question that a patient sent me who said, "Hey, Dr. Islam, I heard that if you hold your stool in, there's a chance your colon will explode. What happens if you actually hold in your stool?" Now, I know we've all had this nightmare scenario. You're out and about, maybe you're on a date, things are going well, or you're at a big meeting, you're the talk of the town, and then all of a sudden, your stomach starts to grumble. You feel these bubblies coming up. You feel the urge to poo. It just sneaks up on you. And then you know you have to use the restroom. But what happens when you fight it? What happens if you fight that urge? You hold things in there. What exactly happens? Well, normally when you have a bowel movement, the stool goes from the colon to the rectum, and the rectum expands to hold in that stool. And as it expands, it sends nerve fibers from your rectum to your brain that's telling you, hey, I gotta go poo. I gotta go number 2. Find the restroom. Let's do this. In addition to this, you have a sphincter at the very bottom that contracts to keep stool in there as you're searching for the bathroom. This is the normal response of whenever we have to use the restroom. But if you ignore that response, guess what happens? That stool may pop up in that colon and continue its job. Now, when your stool is in the colon's job is to resorb water. It takes water into the body and takes it out of the stool. But as it's doing that, it makes your stool harder. And the longer that you prevent the use of using the restroom, the more water comes out, the more stool gets in there, the more forming of the stool you have, then all of a sudden, you got this big old ball of poo that's in your colon. And then when you actually do use the restroom, it sucks. It is hard. You are straining. You are pushing out. And sometimes this can lead to a condition called fecal impaction, where that stool is so big, you can't get it out. And we have to use either maneuvers, we have to go in there with the scope or our hands, or we have to give you an enema just to get that stool out. Ah, what a pain in the butt. Literally. Ha ha! Oh man, I am full of jokes today. Now, I understand. On the occasional basis, we all need to do this. I mean, there are times we just cannot find a restroom, and there are times when we just cannot use the bathroom, and that's okay. But the problem becomes if you do this on a continual basis, because this will lead to a condition called chronic constipation. And more importantly, this will lead to a subset of that called pelvic floor dysfunction. Now, what this basically is that your rectum muscles are just working too well. They're too tight. You are literally anally retentive. And so over time, as you start to ignore your body signals, as you say, hey, I am not going to use the restroom, even though your body is telling you, your body acts like a spoiled child. They're gonna be like, okay, you're not gonna listen to me. Well, guess what? I am not going to tell you when you need to use the restroom. I am not gonna tell you. And that's exactly what happens. So your body starts to not give you those signals anymore. So you don't feel the urge to use the restroom. And so if you don't feel the urge, the stool just packs up and packs up and packs up. Then all of a sudden you get bloated, gassy, distension. You don't feel very good. And then when you try to use the restroom, nothing comes out. Because in addition to not getting the signals, your rectum is tight. It's not going to open up because you didn't listen to it. No, you didn't. and so it's tight, and so you're pushing against a closed area. So the best analogy I have is like having a toothpaste with the cap on, and you keep on squeezing things through and nothing comes out. And over time, this can lead to other conditions like a fissure, which is a tear in the rectum, hemorrhoids, pain, bleeding, and just nothing works very well at all down there then. And we don't want to do this over a long term, because over time, your body will stop sending the signals to your brain that you have to use the restroom. So let's say you're caught up in this scenario. You can't use the restroom anymore because you developed bad habits. What can you do? Well, first thing I would recommend is to reestablish those habits. It is very important for you to maintain daily, regular bowel habits. Go to the bathroom every single day at the same time. My recommendation is to use the restroom in the morning after you had your coffee or tea, which can act as a stimulant. Sit in the toilet and just let things go. After maybe a minute or two, if things are not going, that's fine, but still establish that routine, because over time, your body will get to know exactly what is going on. Number 2, try using a squatty potty. And I have a video right here about my review on a squatty potty. But what this does, it actually helps you change the angle of your bottom to allow things to slide through easier, and also open up some of those sphincters that are tight. Number 3 is that we actually may refer you to physical therapy to get biofeedback therapy, where in essence, we are reteaching you how to use the restroom. We're teaching you how to relax the muscles, how to use breathing techniques, how to move things through your colon. And there's actually very good evidence this works excellent for pelvic floor dysfunction. Now, I understand on the occasional basis you have to hold it in, but don't make it a habit, because if you do, there's a chance you're going to have long-term consequences from this. My question of the day for you guys: what poop tip question do you have for me? Comment down below, send me an email, let me know what you guys think. But guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to like and subscribe. But thank you for watching, and have a great and happy day. If you want to know what foods I recommend if you're having diarrhea, click right here. Or if you're having the opposite issue, you want to know what foods I recommend if you're having constipation, click right here. And I'll tell you what we can offer our patients who unfortunately develop the habit of having the problem. I'd answer the question. So today's Poop Tip Thursday actually came from a question from a patient who DM'd, sorry, not a patient. Now, I'm sure we've all had this nightmare scenario. It makes no sense. Scenario. In addition to that, you have a sphincter at the very bottom. But if you ignore that spot, God, I can't speak today. That stool may pop up back into your rectum and continue its job. And now in the colon, the job of the God, like literally, I cannot say anything today. Even that. Now in the colon, as the stool is in there, your colon's job is to reabsorb water. And this is why we don't want to do this on a continual basis, because this can lead to long-term problems where your body just ignores what is exactly going on. Or your God, that's not what I want to say. Tip number 2, consider investing in a squatty potty. Yes, that same squatty potty that you may have seen on Shark Attack, no.